Hey folks, what's going on? I'm playing the music of something that someone just sent to me. I better take it off before I get banned. It is Friday, September 22nd. Autumn begins today, and it is a beautiful day here in Omaha, Nebraska. Actually, yesterday I was busy, so I missed mail. And when I get home, there was a little slip saying that I needed to go sign for something. I went and picked it up this morning from the post office. I received a very nice gift from Michael, musician and journalist, I understand, Michael Möhring from Germany. It turns out, Michael, that I've actually heard of your work, the records that you put out with Marion Brown. I don't have them. I was hoping I might have one of those compilations that your work is included on, but I don't. But what a wonderful surprise, Michael. How kind of you to send me on vinyl Ryuichi Sakamoto's latest album, Async, or Async. I don't know how you say it. What a wonderful gift. Ryuichi Sakamoto is my favorite pianist. There's something, this is wonderful, Michael. Man, I wasn't expecting this. How wonderful. For many years, Sakamoto and Yellow Magic Orchestra, besides Peter Gabriel era Genesis, were my prime collectible things that I was collecting in my collecting. Then it got to a point for me where I wasn't, the shops in Omaha weren't carrying Japanese imports like they used to, and Japanese imports can be expensive. And so I had to stop collecting Sakamoto the way I used to, but I still love his music. And this new album, Async, which I've only listened to a little bit, Sakamoto makes music, as you know, well, okay, so many things are coming to mind. Sakamoto is all over the place when it comes to music, from classical to electronic to world music. His music, depending on the project, for me requires reflection, attention, and time to absorb. It's one of the reasons why I like him so much, because I always find a lot of depth in what he does, and deep rewards with further listenings. Most everything I own by Sakamoto, when I play it, when I come back to it time and time again, it's even further interesting. I'm going to take this off just in case we get that copyright thing. If you play music, what is it, more than 30 seconds, or is it 15 seconds, and all of a sudden it's a copyright issue. But Michael Möhring, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate this, because I had no notion that I would ever be able to own a physical copy of the latest Sakamoto. This is an import. Let me see where this is pressed. Is this German? Made in France. So I'm kind of doubting that this is going to be released on vinyl in the United States. So again, Michael, thank you so very much. So very much. I've also received, I'm going to mention it, but this is not a review, guys, okay, because I'm still absorbing it. But thanks to Dave Newhouse of the Muffins, he suggested that this fella, Greg Siegel, send me this CD of his new CD, Siegel with Friends, An Invisible Ground of Sympathy. I will tell you this much. I keep saying I'm going to review it, I'm going to come back and review it, but I'll tell you this much. I love this right away. It starts off with Dave Newhouse on the bass clarinet. Dave Newhouse of the Muffins has a very distinct sound. For me, it's immediately recognizable, and I love it. And I can't think of a better way for anyone to start their record than with the sound of Dave Newhouse's playing. This is a series of collaborations I've listened to most of it, and I really like it, and it's not a hard ride. Greg talks about maybe some listeners will think it's weird because it's a collaboration and things aren't consistent from track to track. But I actually find that more interesting because there's a thread of continuity through the fact that it's Greg collaborating with other people. You hear him, but there's this variety of approach, which I like very, very much. So even though I said I'm not reviewing it, Greg, I just gave you a review actually, but what I'm saying is I've only played it cursorily. I really need to dive into it deeply because I know I'm going to like it even more. I also like the fact that you work with someone that I have released an album with. Charles Goff III is one of the collaborators on here. And I have a digital release with Charles Goff that we did several years ago. Bret Hart is on here. I'll say this also, Bret, because I know you watch. I've returned to some of your work, Bret Harold Hart. You're the real deal, man, and I have to tell you that, you know, I had to take time to absorb and enter your world. Your work is thick, and it's real good, and it's I had to, kind of like Henry Cow, I had to find my way into your world. You had approached me about doing a collaboration a while back. I wasn't ready. I don't know if I'm ready now, but I'm willing to try now. Also, folks, thank you so much for the kind words on the upload of the video that shows you what happened at my art exhibit. It's like a new avenue is opening for me. I made that art for me. I didn't make it as an artist thinking I was going to show it. Those are record covers for my test pressings, and one thing has led to another, and a door has opened, and so this is a new opportunity for me to be a visual artist and make money at it. Finally, yes, I'm getting better at business. My focus in life is not business and money and hustling. My focus in life is living, okay? So that's why I am a Renaissance man, highly talented, can do all kinds of things, and yet still is scraping by for money because I haven't been focused on the money. I've been focused on life.